It's Amara. Got us some Splinter. I'm sleepy. I'm pissy. And I have no magic. Makes me sad. What is everybody doing? We are painting some minis. We got some world eaters we are painting up right now. It's like, let's go paint. I was gonna play some video games, and then I was like, I don't have anybody to play with, so let's just go do something else. So, we are painting. We're doing up our world eaters right now. So we did our world eaters in different colors. Weird. At the time, I was broke and didn't have any primer, so we ended up just using whatever primer we had. So I was like, oh, you know what? We'll do this in a green, which was the Death Guard green, I want to say, so that it makes the brass look tarnished. So that's what we're going with these. We're going with the classic red scheme, but the red is different on like almost every single one of my guys because I did prime some of them with Crone red. And then I primed some of them in black as well, so there's like 3 different shades of red going on, so I decided that that's how their rankings, they get redder as they get more closer to Demon Princehood, right? That makes sense to me. Figured I was just sitting in here talking to myself anyway. I may as well just be talking to myself on the internet, right? Hope everybody's taking care of themselves. It is not great out there in the world right now. What are we doing? So, World Eaters. Awesome. I love Prone Berserkers. They're like one of the most classic, iconic, like, Warhammer things when I think Warhammer. Ugh. God, I love Warhammer. You know, I don't like to turn my phone on just because I see everything that's going on, and I'm just like, yeah, okay, cool. Cool. I'm gonna paint these Prone Berserkers. I always forget to even put that I am online sometimes. I'm like, nobody wants to watch what's going on here. It's just me sitting in my nightie painting miniatures. As one is intended to do. Dun, dun, dun. I have a stream tomorrow. I was gonna stream some Magic Online tomorrow. We'll see. Probably. After work, maybe. Maybe. We'll see. I always forget that I can actually just... Oh, I could be my own #1 sub person. That sounds wonderful. I don't trust my cats. Like, I almost have my streaming area set up for painting over here. There's still a couple of things that need to be moved around, and my cats will find wherever the paint jar is, and they will just knock it over. It could be completely just out of place where they should not go in any way, shape, or form, and they would just... A tiny one earlier. Like, I moved this pot all the way over to the corner. There was nothing else on the table, and she like went over and just was like, bah. So maybe that was the problem. Maybe I needed more things to throw her off. Gotta remember these guys have a bunch of things in their skin too. Got a bunch of like nails and shit in their skin. The Retributors were like that too. So they were like, oh. I should just bring the other playmat over here so I can actually not get stuff on Emrakul. Probably a smart idea. I got like a stack of fucking rare cards I gotta go through. At some point in my life, we'll see. Put it on the list of things to do. So, don't know if you know anything about Warhammer, but Warhammer is good times. It is my hobby that I go and unwind with. These are all lands. These can go in the land box. There's stuff that should not be on the table. Yeah, I've been reading through here. The Death Corps. They're so fucking awesome. One of my favorite armies. I just like the look of them. Can we get that playmat out from underneath there? Maybe. Without breaking everything? Maybe not. Breaking everything, yes. We can get everything off of here. Sorry, Emrakul. Trying to fix things. Okay, we'll move that over there. Barbie, you just calm your shit. Barbie is a terror in this room. She just hangs out, waits and watches and sees what she can fuck with, and then she comes over and she's just like, everything dies. Which is true. Everything does die. You can only hope. What are we doing here? Okay, let's throw our... This is my playmat of destruction. It's had so many things dumped on it. So stupid. I got paint dumped on it one day and I was just like, fuck it. This is what this does now. This is your new home. The camera on the other side, which I should have hooked up hopefully tomorrow. Well, maybe not tomorrow. Maybe Thursday. Wait, is tomorrow Thursday? I don't know what day it is. Oh, maybe I will hook it up tomorrow because it's Wednesday. I don't know what day it is. Days. Oh, that water was really loud, huh? Okay. So anyway, we're painting Drone Berserkers. Got most of the brass on here. We're using a Ruin Lord brass. I couldn't find any Canoptic alloy, which was what I was using before, which came from a really weird tarnished look. Figure they've been floating around in the warp for centuries, millennias, that their stuff is not going to be as shiny as it was when they first went in, but I still wanted to give them that gold shininess to them still. So it's like I still got the shiny, it's just not as shiny. I think we got most of the brass done. I don't really care where the paint goes at this point in time, as long as it's in the places that it needs to be. We're doing it. Is this an obliterator or is it a berserker? I don't remember what they're called. I guess I should know these things, huh? Can't know everything, right? That's what the internet is for. Yeah, my partner went to sleep early, so I started painting. I was just painting by myself, and then I was like, I'm just sitting here talking to myself, so may as well be streaming. I love their shoes. Like the freaking horns they have attached to them. I would so walk around in power armor all the time. I mean, I feel obligated. If I had power armor. Okay, I think we've got most of the reds and stuff are weird on here just because they've got like the armor has started becoming flesh, so it's got like a weird musculature to it. Look at me and my big words. Don't get used to that. I am smart only about my hobbies, and that's it. Otherwise, I'm just mailing it in. I can't learn anything that's not interesting to me. Which is really dumb. Like most schooling is just memorizing things, and I can't memorize anything I don't care about. So, like, my brain just goes in and goes right back out. Occasionally it stays in there. Well, it's very, very rare. I need, like, mood music or something in here. I don't know how to do all those things. There's so many things I need to learn to do streaming-wise that like, everybody has these fancy overlays for their streams, and I don't know how to do that. I've tried to spend a couple hours, and then I'm just like, fuck it. This is what you get. Until I find somebody who can help me. Maybe if I just keep saying it, it'll happen, right? Wouldn't that be the way things work? So, I don't know how many world eaters we have. So, I love Warhammer. I love it way too much, to the point where I just had to buy everything that I see, which was not a good thing. It was a bad thing. Stay with one army. Don't switch armies. Don't play multiple armies. But it's the same thing that I do when I play Magic, that I just can't. Can't handle myself. I want to be part of everything, so I'm just like, ooh, okay. Eldar, okay. I don't like the Eldar. Don't join the Eldar. What are you doing, you crazy person? But their models look so cool. Yeah, they do. They do look really cool. Don't buy them. You don't need to do that. I've got a narrative going on between my Space Marine army. The final battle for Terra. The Black Legion has finally made its way. Landfall. And it's just chaos. All four Chaos Gods joined together. But then the Space Marines finally came together too. So now they're fighting at full strength against each other, so I have... This is my excuse for buying a bunch of Warhammer stuff. That's that all the chapters are fighting together like they were meant to be, instead of being... Well, they kind of went into solitude, a lot of them. Fighting their own little battles and stuff. Which was not smart on their part. All I did was fracture them. Magic and, well, Star Wars lore, magic lore, Warhammer lore. I love all of it. It makes me happy. You know what? So I have his backpack partially becoming demonic, or becoming part of him. So it's kind of blending into the rest of that. That'll work, I think. And after we do the Ruin Lord, we'll do the other colors, which is white and probably silvers. Add the blacks, and then we'll do the shading. And the shades, and then we'll add highlights to things. I say this like I don't have like a billion models sitting behind me that I need to do all these things to. Like I say, my Warhammer collection is stupid, but it's stupid. All my hobbies, I am very, very crazy about. I don't do anything half-assed. It's all full ass here, my friends. Full ass. All the time, most of the time. So I've got all my magic stuff done for the day. Got new pictures done. I do need to get my stickers printed out, which I need to actually look up where I'm getting those done, because I am running out of time. I am so excited about Chicago. One of my favorite cities, some of my favorite people live there. Get to see everybody. Not that anybody will hear this or see any of this. Nobody's gonna sit here and watch me painting. Like, that bitch not playing magic. We don't want to see her. Okay, I think that actually... The problem is the green, which makes it look tarnished. Also, sometimes doesn't look... It looks like it's painted. And it's not. I'm like, did I get this spot? I need better lighting. That's what the problem is. Need some better lighting. Maybe someday. When I'm a big name streamer. Yeah. Oh, Lord. There we go. I think we got almost everything on here. Did we miss any spots? Okay, well, we might have actually finished this. It's not an obliterator, because obliterators are the ones with the big gun things. So it's gotta be... What are they? They're bigger. I know they put the butcher nails in them, and they put like 9 demons in them, and then the demons fight for possession of the body, and then whoever's the strongest survives like all the demons that they put in them and becomes this big giant monstrosity. They're a little bit bigger than a normal space marine. You can tell, a little bit scarier. With these big freaking halberds. I just love all the over-the-top crazy stuff that they have on them. Cracks me up. Gears of War is one of my favorite games. That's very much has a lot of the same things going on in it as Warhammer. Over-the-top violence, over-the-top weaponry. Makes me happy. I love Gears of War. I wish I had people to play Gears of War with. I used to be really good at multiplayer, but I love horde mode. I love just playing with people. Not multiplayer so much, but doing the multiplayer like horde modes and stuff was fun. And if you had a group, it wasn't bad. Unfortunately, if you didn't have a group, well, you were usually pretty shitty. Which, surprise, every once in a while you find those other weird randos that are just hanging out by themselves, and they're also just like, there's nobody to play with. Okay, what are we doing over here? I think we've got all the parts that we need painted on these world eaters. These ones at least. But we have a jackal. We need to figure out what... We started painting him. We have parts of him painted. The littler the guy, the harder they are to paint. Surprise, surprise. Like, what colors is this guy? So, most of my world eaters, my other half of my world eater army is a Night Lord army. I love the Night Lords. They finally got new models. I was so excited. Actually, haven't actually finished a unit in forever. That was actually one of the first units that I actually finished completely. Because I was like, I will do this. This is happening. So I was trying to do that in between Chicago, or was it Chicago or Vegas? That would have been Vegas. So I was trying to get that done before we went to Vegas, but I was also trying to get my cosplay done. I was like, I must finish these Night Lords. You don't understand. Nobody's ever gonna. I can't wait until I die and somebody just comes in here and trashes all these fucking models. There'll be thousands of dollars just thrown away. To be old and not have anybody to give your things to. It's wonderful. I'm like, who should I give my things to? Just have some kind of crazy contest. I'll just choose a bunch of my friends and then make them fight to the death. Tom fights to the death against everybody. Tom's not even here to defend himself, that's right. This guy's got like a crazy like jaw thing going on, like a big chomper thing. Kind of like the, what's his face in He-Man? The bad guy there, Trapjaw? Is that his name? That's right. My brain is so useless. Like if you needed to know the names of G.I. Joes, yeah, hit me up. Fuck that shit up. That's right, Hasbro. You want a G.I. Joe? Like, literally everything that goes on, I probably... well, not everything. Like, if there was, like, a One Piece or, like, anime stuff, I would probably not know what was going on. And be like, okay, new magic cards, cool. Other people would be excited about it. Good for them. They should get excited about things. They should get new toys to play with. I get new toys to play with. I am all just for new cards. I don't really care. I love Universes Beyond. And who knows? It brings in a lot more people that wouldn't have tried Magic in the first place. Or they've heard bad things, like Tom didn't have any clue that he would love Magic so much. Okay, so apparently we're just going to pick up this guy and start painting him. So, this is... I tried to do all 4 Chaos Gods, so I have my 4 different armies, because I'm stupid. So my Chaos guys have all 4 gods hanging out. And for my Death Guard, because we have to have the Death Guard, I ended up getting some of the Forge World models to use some of the old Trader armor. Because they have really cool sickles, or scythes. So, and Typhus is one of my favorite models, so that was like one of my first models I bought when I first came back to Warhammer again. Oh my god, I didn't crack this resin out of here. I hate resin. I hate working with resin. It makes me unhappy. I do have some... oh, you know what? I might not be streaming tomorrow because I do have some videos I need to record. That would be the perfect time to do that, so I might not be streaming. We'll see. We'll see if I film things earlier in the day, or if I get a chance to. Kind of depends if I get to hook everything up. So we're doing our Death Guard in the old Death Guard colors. So we're doing like a white armor, but I mean, obviously they've been fighting for such a long time. They've been trapped in the warp and whatnot, so it's not as white as it used to be. It's more like a bone white, like a milky soup. If that makes any sense. Just miss. Oh no, an ad break. Oh, whatever shall we do? Nobody's watching, so it doesn't really matter. That's the thing. People watch if I'm playing Magic. Otherwise, I could just sit on here and ramble. Who knows? I might give away awesome information. Nobody would ever know. Secrets. Secrets don't make friends. Yeah, I figured since his gun was out of the way, because some of the older bolters don't look the same, but I could use him for a 40k model. Plus, he's one of the leaders of my Death Guard, so, or one of my groups of Death Guard. We do have a demon, because of course I have to have a demon prince for each god. We started painting those, so we have our Nurgle god, our prince, and we have our Crone prince. Crone prince we start painting today. I'll probably get that down in a second after we get the rest of this on here. That's the thing, once I get all the colors on, then I can go over details, and do the shading, and do all that other crap. I don't know why. It sounds like I'm so angry at it, but I do actually really enjoy painting. I don't get to do this very often, not as often as I would like. Otherwise I'd actually have all my armies painted. We were gonna do like a story thing. I wish I had people to play with nearby. That's the thing, is I don't have any. I have Tom. Me and Tom play Magic, that's it. Make Tom play Warhammer too. It's just me and Tom against the world. Or in our very boring area that's poor and horrible. This keeps getting poorer and more horrible. Hey, we have a local game store. That's saying something. We do have Aether Drift. I didn't realize the pre-release was this weekend. I was like, oh shit, son. Yeah, I'm very excited about Aether Drift. There's a lot of cool stuff. Glad I found this water over here. Man, I really fuck paintbrushes up. I need more paintbrushes. I am not gentle with them, and I don't clean them the way that I probably should. So it's not my own fault. But I don't want to. I don't have time for that. Mainly, I don't trust my cats not to knock my water over. They're a-holes. Barbie just looks for an excuse to make me upset. She's just trying to see what she can get away with. It's just basically everything. I just let her do whatever she wants. She broke a statue the other day, and I was just like, Barbie. Guess I shouldn't say her name, otherwise she will come over here. So they'll be like, yeah? Talking about me? And then she'll beat me up. She's a bully. You don't understand. I'm being held hostage by cats. Oh, here she comes. Earlier I was putting a deck into the Mox field, and she just kept coming over and knocking the deck over. I was like, hey, stop. Stop your nonsense. I was like, why are you breaking everything? Oh my god, here you come. I love you. Yeah, I'm a little girl. You're so silly. How about we move this? I know, you just want to... She stole Warhammer, guys. I found them earlier today. I had to reattach a head, because she took the head off of one of them. So then I ended up putting a new head on, which was not the same head as the Retributor originally had. It looks kind of silly, but she has a head now. I also stole my... Oh my god, why are you walking on that? No! God, you're the fucking worst. Why? Just keep walking. Quit fucking with the codex. There's no reason for it. And why did you have to walk on the piles of cards to get over there? There's an empty space. You don't need to go that way. I love you, Barbie. The worst. I can't imagine making all these little details on this model so that they can make a copy of it. Oh my god, what are you doing? Fucking worst. So you went all the way around there just to go through there so you could go through there. Okay, cool. No, you don't need to jump over there. You need to just get off of here. God, I love her. Are you being hunted? For some reason, she has a beef with, like, every cat in this house for some reason. She's the tiniest of all my cats. She was a stray that we ended up keeping. I wasn't planning on keeping her, but she kind of just wormed her way to me. Just kept finding me and cuddling with me. I'm very easily swayed into things. It would be very terrible in the Warhammer world. I would just be like, Chaos Gods, I'm in. Let's do this thing. The Emperor, not for me. Such a crazy cult. The Emperor and Space Marines and crap. Guys, don't break things, please. We rearranged the living room earlier, so everything is in different spots, so the cats think there's a whole entire new house going on. So they're like fucking with shit, knocking things over. This guy's gonna look pretty cool. Oh, Warhammer guys look really cool. When are we getting more Warhammer Magic cards? I keep complaining until we get more. Give us more. God, I love Warhammer. I was so excited that was the first Universe Beyond place that we went. I was like, yay, my other hobby, woo! And then I'm like, oh no, all my other hobbies. God, I'm so excited about Final Fantasy. Ugh. Like, Final Fantasy, like, I would live from just day to day, go through life to get to my Game Boy or to my Super Nintendo or PlayStation so I could play Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy led me into so many other games, so many other RPGs. RPGs let me be somebody else, which was great. And eventually, when there was character customization and stuff, I could actually make my own character and be myself in a video game, which is pretty awesome. I imagine that's other trans people have probably gone through that. Using video games and other escapism to be oneself. So it makes me happy that when I see what Magic has become now, see the eclectic grouping of characters we have, that I don't feel awkward and weird being a weird Puerto Rican trans girl hanging out and playing Magic. We're not going to do all of his stuff on him, because I still need to figure out the color pattern for this. I only have Typhus done, and the Demon Prince done. I never did their highlights, though. I kind of want to go over and see what exactly else I was doing on there. See where else I can mistakenly paint on here. Usually I just do like a little light touching. You can get those small spots without having to go into them too badly. I probably should have did the white first before we did the gold over top, or the brass. I wanted a color that would connect them all together, so the brass color is basically what's going to be connecting all 4 of the demon lords. So they'll have their whites and their ruin, or their brass on here, and then the crone guys will have theirs. So everybody. I mean, he's much closer to what he'll be looking like. I always forget that I'm holding this to the camera, not. So, getting some stuff done here. We are actually going to see if this guy has all of his stuff on him. Because this is not the last. Oh, I wanted to finish this guy, Jackal, as well. Mr. Jackal. I'm the Jackal. You can call me Jackal. Let us shake this paint. I don't know what this is. What is this element on stream? I can click buttons. This does things. Recently simulated events will happen here. I don't know what that means. I don't know what any of these buttons mean. Get out of here. I'm just gonna keep clicking things. Barbie likes to steal my dice. She is a big fan of dice. My watch is like, you should get up. Oh no, my watch just died. You're stupid, watch. Literally, the battery does not. I swear, a new watch comes out, and then my watch just kills itself. It's just like, yep, I'm out. Like, nope. Please hold a charge longer than 2 minutes. It annoys me because I go to plug it in and then I forget it. That's usually like if I'm gonna be gone or something. I'm like, God damn it, I lost my watch. It's not counting all these steps I'm taking. God damn it. Oh my god, we have a lot of spots on him we did not get. That's probably the thing that I love and hate about Chaos guys, especially Crone, is like all the ornate armor pieces with all sorts of just crazy things going on them. And then trying not to miss any of the stuff. Oh, I know I missed stuff somewhere. Even when I look over, I'm like, okay, we'll go over this and make sure we didn't forget anything. I'm like, no, we definitely did forget something. My bad. Sorry, dude, we forgot to paint your crotch. My bad. Barbie, you are the effing worst. I love you. Yeah, we need to get a new lamp or something in here so we can actually see what we're painting. Barbie, stop. Good lord. You crazy little thing. Why are you even doing that? No sense to that. Stop it. That's nonsense. Oh my lord. She was like knocking the lamp over. And then like wrapped around the lamp. But she was playing with dice. Which she stole from up here. She loves my dice box. Which is a cat. Filled with dice. I usually just keep it over here, and nobody was messing with anything until I moved my office in here, and then, fucking Barbie. She, like, lives in here, and she messes with everything. Like, I've never had a cat. Like, I've had a lot of cats. And this one is the most trouble-making cat in the whole entire world. Like, my cats didn't mess with my models, they didn't mess with my statues, they didn't mess with my magic cards. And then she came in the house, and she just fucks with everything. Cords, things that I didn't think about because my other cats were well behaved. I just... God, you're the fucking worst. You're making me swear a lot. I swear a lot anyway, but I try to behave. I don't need to swear all the time. Cats. I really don't know what to do with you. Anyway, at least we're getting some painting done. I like painting. I usually read Warhammer books before I go to bed, or when there's no magic story to read. And, I just keep falling asleep, so I'm not getting any reading done. So I was like, I was gonna go lay down instead of streaming and painting, but it's like, I'm just gonna fall asleep, and then I'm not gonna read anything, and then I'm just gonna be pissed off about it. So I was like, we'll just go paint. At least then we know we're not falling asleep, right? Well, I mean, we are falling asleep. We just are awake. I really should just stick to one spot instead of painting 20 different spots. And I wonder why I forget spots. It's because I keep jumping around. I love painting. And I started Warhammer in 98? No, it would have been 99. So that would have been the year we came here from California. So we moved to New York. And we had a games workshop in our mall at the time. And we have a decent sized mall. I mean, we had a couple malls, but now they're all closed. But we have our one that all the Canadians come to spend their monies. Well, and yeah. So we used to go there every weekend, and we would spend hours and hours and hours just looking at Warhammer stuff. Like, it was the same stuff we looked at every week, and we would just look at it all again, and then buy too much Warhammer stuff. Like, they knew us there. We went there too often. Like, hey, we got this in. I'm like, hey. At that point, my brother and I and my dad were playing. We started with Warhammer Fantasy. So we just liked the models and the idea of it all. And then we didn't like the idea of it all. Models and trays, stupid. Not a fan of Warhammer Old World, sorry. It's so much easier just to be like, yep, I don't like this thing. Done. Done with it. Let's see here. So many chains and weird things. Like, I don't want to forget anywhere. So that just means I have to come back later and paint it. I don't want to do that. Okay, let's paint that. That was going to that color. Okay. I like these skulls that are on top of here. That guy looks like he was fun. It was fun before he got his head pulled off. But how cool it is to go to every battle of this guy's hanging out at, and you get to view everything from way up here on this guy's backpack. I don't think that's how that works. Who doesn't want to be a dead guy? Okay, so those are bones that are coming out of there, so we will actually make those white. Want to. Guess I can paint them any color I want, right? That's the power that I hold within me. I can paint anything, any color I want. I can make him pink. I'll make a bunch of pink drone berserkers. No, I bought some pink paint for my Emperor's Children, though. Oh, I have some ideas for my Noise Marines and my There's children. It's funny because I had all these armies at different points in time. Well, that was very sloppy. Oops. Whatever. It's all stuff that's got to be repainted anyway. Yeah. Oh, that was very sloppy. It's a lot of paint that you put on your brush there. You weirdo. Midnight painting with Admara. Midnight painting with Admara. She's painting. That's my theme song. By Ralph Wiggum. I watched a lot of Simpsons as a kid. I had to look up. Some of my friends, I do not know where they have disappeared to, and I miss them. I've met so many people through this, all my hobbies of magic and such, and unfortunately, I don't know where a lot of people disappeared to when all this Twitter went down. I lost a bunch of people. It makes me sad. I know they're out there somewhere. I hope so, anyway. I don't want to miss my friends. Oh my god, we keep putting too much paint on here. I'm trying not to get into the red as too much. Dog is not behaving now. Don't like it when I can hear them doing things and then I can't stop them. Like, what is happening behind me? What are you breaking? What are you taking? What is happening? Stupid stuff? That sounds about right. Okay, we're just doing this all in brass. Screw that. Screw that jazz. You got fancy boots now, sir. You got lightning greaves. You have haste. You have the hasties. I wish I had the haste. I wake up with a stun counter. And I just sit there going, why am I awake? Who woke me from my slumber? So all my cloth that is on my guys, leather-wise and stuff, is all human flesh. So we're doing like a flesh coat over top of everything. Make it look like they're wearing clothing made of human pelts. Because, yeah. Why not? Everybody loves a good human pelt. A nice toasty and warm. Just like a tauntaun. Gee, Mom and Dad, I want to own a human body too. I was waiting for something stupid like a raid to happen while I was rambling on. I'd be like, yep, that's about right. I think that's all the stuff new that needs to be done. I'm gonna say most of it I had already painted, so I paint in so many random places that when I do pick up guys every once in a while, I'm like, oh, We did a good portion of this already. Excellent. And he's got his butcher nails in his head still, you can see. Get those all. Just do a light coating over top of it, and it'll look like we did more than we actually did. The fun of paint. Learned a lot of tricks over my years. I'm not a master painter, I never will be. Unfortunately, my hands shake a lot. So it's getting worse, and I don't have a lot of time left in me to be able to paint guys, so I just do it when I can. Because I will be sad when I cannot anymore. And that is unfortunately soon. Hey, look, he's so badass. Did we get everything? Oh, no, we missed that back there. I know some people, like, put their guys together and paint their guys on, like, little racks and things. Sounds fancy. Oh, we really fucked that up. Excellent. It's okay, we'll just grab some of this paint, excess paint, and we'll put it other places that need paint. Yeah! Oh, let's see if he focuses in. We finished one of them, because it came with 3 of them. That was all of those guys that we had. Now we're gonna fuck with this. Now we're gonna fuck with this giant model. That, yeah. One of the biggest models that we've built recently. Problem is, he has so many different parts on him that need to be painted. And since he is the only one of his version or kind, I can't even do like a practice coat, see where things are going. So now we're just trying to not paint things that don't need to be painted. As earlier, we definitely painted on some things that I was like, oh, that's definitely not what I thought it was. That is not what I thought it was. I thought some ornate parts of the armor were just actual armor pieces, but they were not, and I painted them the wrong color. I was not happy with myself. So we did a lot of customization on this model. Some of it intentionally, some of it not intentionally. So much stuff going on here. So he's gonna be red, obviously. I should go get my other demon prints over here, so. But he was a nerdable one, so I did paint him differently. And sometimes it's just easier. Like, I'm like, we could paint this multiple different colors and do some, but we'll just do some shading instead. Otherwise, we're gonna be here forever, and we don't have forever, so. Just do what we can while we can. Oh my god, that's more chains over there. My god, man, why you got so much? This guy's like freaking Flavor Flav. Oh, that would be pretty cool. One nice thing about priming in black is that you can freaking just sit there and go over things and it looks like you shaded it, or that you did more than you did. like built it a whole entire base and everything too, so it has like a customized base, and I was trying to make him fancy, since he's like the centerpiece of, or one of the centerpieces of my army. So I was like, you know what, he needs to be fancy. The Slanesh one is the one I'm most excited about. My Noise Marines were my babies back in the day. I say that every army that I'm playing at the time is are my babies. He's got all sorts of crazy armor. Does the armor have... that's what I thought. It does. It does. So you can see like the parts of his armor that it started becoming like flesh parts instead. So like his belt and his arms and crap are all like connecting together in weird ways. Guys, you really are the worst sometimes. That was not what I wanted to do, but that's what happened. There's not much I can do now about it. Oh, cats, why you gotta be like this? I gotta talk to Tom on Thursday and see which pre-release he's going to. So I would like to go to the pre-release. It makes sense. Go to my... I enjoy the pre-releases. I just usually give my cards to kids. Like, I have cards, here you go, have some. Because I know that would be pretty super cool if I was a kid and somebody just gave me magic cards. I would have thought that was pretty cool. I'm like, what? Why is this person giving me magic cards? What's your angle? What are you trying to do? Giving me free stuff. I hate it. Like, sorry, child? So I gave this guy a sword and a giant axe because I could. Because I could. I think we're gonna make it glow, but we gotta figure out exactly how we're gonna do that. And that is a later project. I told myself I was gonna have all my Warhammer stuff painted by the end of the year. That was last year. The problem was that the Warhammer stuff just kept accumulating. I'm excited to do some more filming. I got some more magic skits and things I need to finish tomorrow. And some editing I gotta do, which I think I can do at work tomorrow. We'll see. I honestly don't know how everybody finishes all the stuff that they do. How they work and do content creation. I mean, it must be a thing that's possible. But does one just cease sleeping? Which occasionally happens? Doesn't make me happy when I occasionally forget to sleep. Sometimes my body just does not want to go to bed. It gets going, it starts thinking, and then it's just all downhill from there. You know what, this whole entire thing is just gonna be gold. Or ruin copper. And we'll just do a mill oil over top of that. That's fine. That will do. That will do, Pinky. That will do. And I need a pinky. I was just saying that I need to go to the college and just go get an intern. Be like, I will pay you in magic cards and experience. I need you to put all these magic cards in order and go find these cards for this deck. Get to work. You'll be monitored at all times. You're getting no actual experience. I love that most jobs want you to have a bunch of experience, but it's impossible to actually get experience. Like, you need 5 years of experience doing this. Oh, how do I do that? Go get a job doing this. Oh, excellent. Barbie, I don't know what you're doing, but I hate it. I hate everything you're doing. Makes me uncomfortable. I don't even know. I found a whole bunch of dice underneath the... We found Lando's stashes. Lando stashes springs and other toys. Oh my god, he was hoarding all sorts of crazy stuff. I took pictures of his hoard. It's ridiculous. Like, we were trying to... I kind of just forgot that we had as many springs and toys as we did. And then every time Lando took them away, we just bought more toys. Maybe that was his master plan. I mean, it worked, if that's what he was going for. God, I love that cat. He's so silly. I always joke around that he has a hoard. And he does have a hoard. He just hides all of his toys and things. Hey, what's going on? Night, Ben. Thanks for stopping in. Hope you're doing well. I gotta write you tomorrow. And I'll let everybody know all the information and details about the hotel and stuff, so you guys know where to find me and what time we should be arriving and all that other fun stuff, so everybody knows what's going on. Thank you. I've been trying to keep my mind off the world by hanging out in a worse world. No matter what, right? The Warhammer universe will be worse, right? I think that's how it works. We gotta play some Rivals here soon if you're still on. We can talk about comic books and everything else. Oh, is that a horn? Oh, that is a horn. Oh, interesting. It's weird when things are primed in black. Sometimes you can't tell if something is, like, shaded or if something is actually there. I've got to get this Samut deck sleeved up. I unsleeved the other deck that needed to be unsleeved to do it. Just always seems to be not enough time to finish everything. Or that I bounce around from too many things. We did get a lot of stuff done today. And now it's another day. Oh my god, that's a lot of heads this guy has attached here. I feel like this would just be annoying, having a bunch of skulls hanging from your belt all the time. It would be jingling and jangling, and it would just annoy me. I get annoyed when I have stuff attached to my jacket. So, imagine if I had a bunch of skulls and spikes. I would just hurt myself all the time. I guess it depends on what cult I belong to, whether or not I would care that that was happening, but I'm pretty sure I would not be happy about it. How are we doing this? Because this sword should not be attached the way that it is. It's harder to do customization on these new models because they don't give you a lot of extra space to work. Like cutting off arms and legs and then sawing things off was always a problem anyway. At least it's not resin models. That's one way to look at it, I guess. Oh my god, customizing resin models was fucking horrible. This is one of my least favorite things in the world. Oh my god, this guy has weight. We probably should have did the reds on him first, too. It's like, I don't do things in the right order. I don't know what's happening. I'm a Magic player. I just make things up as I go. I don't know what's happening. I do want to play some Warhammer sometimes. I just want to sit on here and paint with somebody and chat. So I'm not just sitting here talking to myself like a crazy person. Which is, yeah, I would have been talking to myself either way, so it's not like it really matters. What color should that be? Probably red, right? Oh, that's really cool. Okay. I see you. I think we're going to have to do that red first, though, so we don't fuck that up. Oh, yeah. This chain sword that I put in the diorama that we built here. I gotta find fun names for all my guys. That's the other thing I gotta do. I really should go to bed. I gotta get up early and do a bunch of chores before we go to work. Not looking forward to that. And I don't know what we're doing. I should probably finish cleaning up the office. When we moved everything out of the other room, or moved everything in the other room, I was also moving things in here, and now everything is kind of all jibber-jabbery. It's all over the place. So we're not doing his armor in red. He is a Night Lord. So we're going to do his armor in the dark blue. Which we actually, for most of the Night Lords, I did do the black, which over top with the Fang paint actually comes out like a dark blue, which is a different dark blue than the normal Night Lord color, which is fine. I like to have things a little bit different, and so they feel like they're my own. That's one of the reasons why I've never really liked Ultramarines, because I hate blue. I just don't want to paint everything blue. I actually bought my first Ultramarine the other day, which is Titus, and part of me just kind of wants to paint him in Death Guard, or not Death Guard, Death Watch colors. Just say, fuck it. Fuck you, Ultramarines. He's out. We're taking him back. Welcome back to the Death Watch. The Death Watch are pretty badass. They're like this alien killing special forces of the Space Marines. The amount of, like, training that they have to go through. The amount of people who don't make it through. Yeah, that was one of the books we read last year. It was one of the Death Watch books that had the training of the Death Watch. And also a planet taken over by goddamn Tyranids. They were having a civil war that was destroying the planet. And the Death Watch got sent in to go find somebody for the Inquisition. That's the thing, is there's really no good guys in the Warhammer universe. Everybody's bad. I think that's what we should learn from the Warhammer universe, is that everybody is bad, right? Hey, Loch Ness, what's going on? I'm painting. I'm slowly getting this demon prince painted. How are you doing? Told myself I'd get something done today. I guess it's a new day, so it's fine, right? Got a whole bunch of world eaters that we've been slowly painting here. Which I should probably go see if we have. Oh, I wanted to finish that jackal. Keep putting him aside. I know a lot of people like paint things like piece by piece, but ugh, that's not the best. I understand. Take some time for just some fun and just shutting the brain off. That's what I'm doing right now. It's like, I'm just gonna take a break, take a breather, do some painting. I recorded a bunch of videos today and did some editing, and I'm like, you know what? Let's just take a break for a second. Not look at the internet, don't doom scroll myself away. Trying to keep busy. I was like, I gotta work in the morning, but I really don't want to. See, that's probably the way I should do things. Instead, I'm sitting here like trying to tilt this in all sorts of weird directions and get the paint. I feel like I'm playing Operation, like trying to get this in here without fucking everything else up. Like, we can do this, right? We can get this in here. This was silly. Especially like when I build silly bases and things, like I have this big, all these swords and skulls sticking off the bottom, which would normally not be there. So I'm trying to work my way around those. Oh, here comes Barbie. She's such a menace. Hey, baby girl. Yeah, you're just hanging out. What are you doing? I heard a bunch of stuff getting knocked down behind me. She is my troublemaker. She hangs out in here a lot. Oops, that was not where I wanted all that paint. Luckily, this is the sloppy part where I just throw things. Hey, Jameer, what's up? I'm painting Warhammer stuff. Oh, is that what color I was going to paint that? Apparently. Sometimes I just slop like a strip of paint down something so I can remember where I was going to paint something. I was like, oh, okay, this is supposed to be this color. That's why I painted this started this year. How are you doing? Oh, is that just that going down there? Oh. Oh. So maybe we will just paint this color then. Okay, that's fine. Sometimes it's just easier just to paint all one single color and then I'll just shade it afterwards. I'm like, this will work. Yeah, the jobs up here are all not great. Like, nothing opens around where we are. So whenever we do get jobs, it's just not great. Or they go fast, or the jobs that do open, we have a lot of favoritism in our like town jobs and things like that. Aha, we're getting there. We'll get there eventually, right? You know what? I think I'm gonna go grab that other paint so I can just see whether or not what red I want to use. Exactly. That's why I just told myself, I was like, I'm just gonna get off the internet. I have nothing good to say. I was like, everything is on fire. Everybody knows. I don't need to tell anybody that everything is bad. Okay, I want to see if this red actually goes on the way I want it to. Oh yeah, I have one for each group. I gotta go grab some warriors from the other side real quick anyway, so I'll be right back. They are doing all sorts of weird things over there, those cats. Yeah. Well, let's see if I can... Yeah. That's my other demon prince. I did a... Oh. Snooze, you ad. Get out of here. Yeah, I'm doing a demon prince for each of my armies, or for each of my Black Legion. So I had my Death Guard. And I wanted to do him in like the classic Death Guard armor, so I did like the white. I still gotta do highlights and things on him, but it's pretty cool. I made him like a brown color instead, so it's gonna be like a lighter brown color. It was like it's gonna be like the poop demon from from Dogma. So I wanted each of them to look different. So I ended up giving him the wings. The Slanesh one is going to be really cool. I'm excited about that one. I haven't actually gotten around to that. But there's so many more guys to do. God damn it. Not only that, is that I have like the normal Crone Berserkers that I was working on, but then I also have my Night Lords that I need to finish. That I've just been slowly... I've finished the leader of my Dread Talons, but I didn't actually finish anybody else. I do love my Warhammer. Warhammer's so great. It's a change of pace. Oh my god. I can't leave these out. Barbie finds my stacks of cards. Doesn't matter where they are, and it just knocks them over. It's so annoying. Let's see here. That is probably not what we want. Use that instead. Okay, let's see if we can... I want him to be red, but I'm gonna do Night Lord colors on his armor. I just want to see what this red comes out as. Or how it looks on the black. I mean, most likely it's gonna have to be more... Oh yeah. See, I was using Mephiston red for most of my red stuff for my Space Marines. I didn't want to use the same reds for my Berserkers. I finally got to a game where we have a Games Workshop, but it's like an hour out, and we just usually don't go that direction. Plus, it's a different state as well, so... like, do I want to go to this state? Not really. Do I want to give this state money? Not really either. But I needed paint, so... the important things in life, right? I need red paint, you don't understand. Actually, I needed gold paint, was what I needed. We were running low on gold, and we were about to run out of black, and I was like, this is no good. We can't have this. This is not going to happen. Yeah, he's going to be all red and creepy looking. Man. I really wanted to play some Magic tonight. And now I'm just like tired and like, ugh. Yeah, I can only play Magic at certain times of the day. Once my brain shuts off, like after midnight, I'm like a gremlin, but for Magic. My brain just shuts off after a certain time period. I did get our hotel and stuff ready for Commander Sealed, which I'm excited about. Not that it's not... It's a couple months out. Yes. My poor paintbrushes. I just want to get the paint where it needs to be, and then I can figure it out from there. Like, are these bones? Are these claws? These are hooves. It behooves me to put the right color paint on here, right? Yeah, that'll be good. I don't know what color I want to do the wings. I think I might actually do the wings in like a dark blue, like the armor is. I need to try something different. I love that the Crone Berserkers all are uniformed and they have a very specific look. And I wanted to kind of do them in a different color, but then I was like, hey, I really like the... It's just iconic. It just looks good. I don't know. I don't want to mess it up. Leave it to me to mess things up. Don't fix something that isn't broken, right? Chrome red. Awesome. It's going on really well. Dog keeps coming over here and just looking at me like, what the hell are you doing? Like, stuff, dog. Stuff. None of your business, dog. Oh, that's a lot of paint on that. That is way too much paint on the brush. Yeah. The more paint you get on your Warhammer guys, the better they look, and then I spend a lot of time just looking at my models. I'm like, ooh, imagining them fighting, imagining them do things. Okay, what can I get? I wanted to get your bottom lip, but I knew we were gonna get a whole bunch of other spots if we got there, but whatever. Ooh, what color hair? Oh, his hair's gotta be purple, right? It's so weird when I'm fighting a Chaos army, because, like, all my other armies I put purple in, but, like my Space Marine armies and my Sisters and my Death Corps. Damn it, I gotta quit. Told myself no tanks. I told myself no military or no Imperial guys. It's like, you already have enough Space Marines. Don't do it. Yeah, there we go. Now your face is red. Love it. Man, I know there's easier ways to paint, but I like my operation way of painting and trying to get the paintbrush into weird spots. I like making things more difficult. This is the Warhammer version of chaos. So just trying to paint things that are already put together that you have no space to move the paintbrush. You have so many fingers. Why do you have 6 fingers? That's too many fingers. That's an incorrect amount of fingers, which makes me wonder if I glued on the wrong piece. There's just a very good chance that's why you have the wrong amount of fingers. Or maybe you have 6 fingers, I don't know. You became a Daemon Prince. They were like, hey, you want an extra finger? And he's like, yeah. You know what? I would like an extra finger. Please and thank you. I mean, if people are giving away free extra fingers, I would probably take an extra finger. I don't know what I would do with it. I guess finger stuff? This is what you get, late night me. Should be sleeping. Instead is painting, and then just rambling nonsense. Even though I'd rather ramble nonsense than anything else right now, so. The Fantastic Four trailer came out today. I was pretty excited about that. I am excited about that. Is that just a leg, or is that an armor piece? This guy needs to make up his mind. I don't know what's going on here. Is this armor? Is this not armor? I guess we'll find out when I wake up in the morning and I'm like, why did I paint this way? Why did this happen? Who painted this? It's the silly little gnomes that run the workshop in my house. When I go to sleep, they wake up and they paint my minis for me. That would be awesome. Look at him. He's like, look at me. I'm all red and angry. Erg. Erg. Arg. Okay, yeah, that'll be pretty cool. the more colors you get on, the better it looks, and then you're just like, okay, this is coming together. At the beginning, like when I'm just throwing paint in places and trying to get everything to where it needs to be so I can work on details and stuff. Ugh, sometimes I'm just like, this looks awful. What are you doing? Like, I know what will happen at the end. It's just getting to that point. Like, this is awful. You ruined this model, you douche. Stop ruining the models with your crappy painting. And then I'm like, oh, wait, this looks pretty cool. Okay, my bad. Didn't actually make it worse. Just thought I did. I remember some of my first models that I painted. Oh my god, they were pretty awful. I didn't realize how I hate working with white paint. That's like one of my least favorite things to do. Just as a pain in the butt, it usually doesn't go on well. Even when you prime in white, it's just still it's a pain in the ass. And I decided, okay, you know what? I'm gonna do my Adeptus Sororitas and white. Regretting all my life decisions. I was like, you never could do it when you were younger. Let's do it now. Now I'm like, nope. This was stupid. Why did you do this? I wanted to make all my ground units in black and purple. And then I did all my flying units, which is this giant Sephirum detachment. I did them all in white to go with Celestine. And then I was like, oh, you know what? That was probably not a good idea. Yeah, there you go. You have a red leg now. Woo. You're getting there, guy. Figured the Demon Prince had to be red in some way. And since I wasn't doing the armor in red, this was probably the next best option. And we'll do highlights in a different red when we get there. But there's a lot of weird spots on here that I'm gonna have to work around bones and things. I don't want to get those the wrong colors. So I'm just painting the reds where I know they go right now. And I really don't want to do the wings in red. Even though I feel like it would really pop. It would look really good with the rest of the World Eaters. I mean, he is their boss. I don't know if it's their boss, but I assume the giant demon is their boss, right? You'll do as I say. But then what color do I do? I love the black with the red, but that's just my Harley Quinn glove that I have. Was the color that I made everything. That's how I decided what football team I was a fan of, because I had to choose a football team at one point in my life so I could talk to dudes about sports. And I hated it. I hated every second of this. So I just picked a team by the colors that I wanted to wear. And then my team almost won that year, which was pretty funny. I was like, are they normally good? What's happening here? They did not win. They was freaking cracked under pressure during the playoffs. Losers. went to a bar to watch the playoff game because they were playing against my friend's team. So I was like, okay, that's happening. Okay, I'll go with you. Regretted that. They did not win. It was not good. It was so bad. It was like they just stopped playing. It was like, this is what dread and terror feels like. I hate this. My partner is super into football, and like I was stressed for her and her team. I was like, I don't like this feeling. This is uncomfortable. I don't like this. I don't like feeling so uncomfortable and unhappy. I was like, you don't know if they're going to win or not. And then they're doing things stupidly, and there's nothing you can do about it. I think we're going to do his hair in purple. That'll be... That way we can have the purple in there still. Okay, we're going to do his neck and then finish these other guys. That way he can dry a little bit so I'm not fiddling around and getting myself all painty. Try to be as least amount of painty as I can be before I go to bed. I'm like, where did I get all this paint? I end up with paint on me a lot. It's really bad when it's like the red paint that looks like blood. Like this chrome red looks very much like blood coming out of, or new blood coming out of somebody. And then I'll have it on my finger or something, and I'll be like, oh, I'm bleeding. And I'm like, oh, no, I'm not bleeding. I'm just dumb. Didn't clean off this paint. My bad. My bad. I hope everybody's doing okay. Oh, is that a strap? What is happening here? What are we painting? It does look like a strap. What is that strapped to? His muscles? Oh, maybe it's supposed to be strapped to this armor piece that's just hanging out over here. I don't know. Sometimes my building skills not so great. Sometimes I just get so fed up that I'm just like, fuck this. This is not working anyway. Like this is this is telling me. Like, screw you. This is what's happening now. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, he looks really cool. Oh, I am excited to finish this. Oh, I should not. I hate when I'm like, ooh, you know what? Let's finish this, and then it ends up taking me like 3 more hours. Let's do this, and I'm like, no, let's not do this. Okay, let's get that. I just don't want to leave any weird spots where I'm wondering later on in life, why did I not paint this all the way? Where did I go and what was I doing that I thought was more important than finishing this? Probably sleep. Or dinner. That's usually the other thing that gets in the way of life. Work and dinner. Oh my god, this is like playing Operation. Your arm is in here somewhere, right? I think this is a spot that I'm supposed to be painting. At least they're not spots that I'm going to see very often. Unless I'm taking pictures. That's the only reasons why I actually try to finish painting everything, because I'm like, well, it depends on the angle. I don't want to have to go to take a picture and then be like, oh, now I gotta go and paint this guy in this spot because I forgot to paint here. Excellent. Good job, me. Paint the rest of your hand. Maybe we'll paint the rest of your hand. Man, I'm excited about the Fantastic Four, but I don't know what is going on. Is this taking place in the 60s? Are they going to time travel? I don't want talk about it and spoil anything for anybody, so I will not talk about it. I don't like to be that person. I don't understand the having to tell people things and spoil things for people. I managed to stay away from Breaking Bad for like 5 years. Stay away from every human being that was watching it. So that I could watch it without knowing what was going to happen. I was pretty proud of myself. Managed to stay away from every bit of information. People would start talking about it, and I would just walk away. I was like, sorry, I can't be part of this conversation. I feel like I haven't watched this show yet. I've been planning on it, so sorry. We're done here. We can't be friends with these people, honey. Sorry. They're trying to talk about a TV show that I haven't watched yet, so we're out. Really surprised. Most of the time when I'm over here just talking to myself, the cats always are just like hanging out. Like, what is that crazy girl doing? Is she just talking to herself again? She is just talking to herself. We still love her. Even though she's crazy. She's just over there talking to herself. Man. God. Whenever I record videos, I don't actually write anything down. I just riff as I go. And I usually have an idea of what I'm going to do or say. So I have a whole bunch of things thought out. I just cannot put things on paper properly. My brain just doesn't do it. I don't know why. It's pretty dumb. It disappoints me sometimes. But like when I go to draw or do art stuff, I can't picture what I'm doing. And it's super weird. It just kind of comes out. And then I'm like, okay, I guess this is what's happening. Wow, your fingers are really long. They're like attached to the armor, so like the hand padding and stuff is like part of the hand. It's weird. Weird. Oh, is he wearing like little fingernail things? Dude. I just put all this red paint down here. Now I gotta find somewhere else to put it. You are causing trouble, sir. I think this is actually not armor. Is this armor? I guess we'll find out in a second. Oh, it's armor. Well, now it's your leg, so deal with it. That is happening now. We are not going to do your tail right now, though, because that looks complicated. There's a lot of bones and spikes and things sticking off of the tail. And the tail has armor on it, too, so... Okay, that'll do. That will do. Aha! It's the devil. He says, hello! Hello, friends! I'm just hanging out. Is that what the devil says? Probably that's what he says, right? Oh man, he's... The black wings look really cool. And I know Be'lakor has black wings. We could dry brush blue wings? Do the black, but then do like an undercoat? I used to have my hair like that. It's not a terrible idea. Jackal dude, I need to finish you. You were the other guy that I told myself I would finish. Okay, we're done with red right now. That can be cleaned off after. Try not to do that. Okay, let's do this real quick. Do the Ruin Lord. I love me some Warhammer 40k. It's so funny. Like, I have just the red primed on here. So I did finally get some chrome red primer for my World Eaters back when I first started making them. I just didn't have any when I first started, so I was like, I'll do these in black. Like, oh, now this red is coming out a different color. My bad. Whoopsie. It is fun when the other colors go on, though. Oops. That was really terrible. I did not mean to do that. Well, at least it just went on the axe where it needed to go, right? And I just love how much better it looks the more paint you get on. And all the details start going on, and then you're like, oh, okay. I'm not doing such a bad job here. Luckily, I have such an abundance of guys to clean, or to paint, to clean. Oh my god. I'm thinking of other things I need to do later today. That's probably what I'll end up doing after filming my videos tomorrow. More chores. Trying to get the house under control. At least get it organized. Even my office is in disarray. Was doing a lot of stuff, which just ended up making a mess. I don't want to get your eye, but it did anyway. That's okay. We'll do that and that color. Most of the masks are in the Ruin Lord, I think is this color. We'll do the pipes that color there. We'll actually finish the helmet. I usually start from the top and just work my way down. Hey, what's going on? Just hanging out, making some Warhammer guys. Hey, Raiders, what's happening? I'm painting some Crone Berserkers right now. How's everybody doing this evening? I know I'm not magicking, which is disappointing. It's like everybody's magicking right now, but I'm not magicking. Hope everybody's having a good evening. How was your game? And also, thank you for the raid, everybody. I appreciate it. I am Amar, goddess of Blunder. I make Magic the Gathering content on the internet. I'm one of your Magic the Gathering ambassadors for Aether Drift and for Innistrad Remastered, which I will be playing some of that. We'll be doing a special early access on Thursday over on MTGO. And then, hopefully, we have the commander decks as well, and we'll be playing with those. I haven't done any upgrades to them yet, so I'm excited to see how they play first. I'm excited that I can finally put my white zombies places. It's like, whenever they make a kindred group into a color that's not normal, and then there's not enough, or there's no commander that fits it, that disappoints me. So at least now we have a commander that actually fits those colors. Oh, I hate it when I forget to actually just cut all the pieces off of things. Definitely see something that I missed while I was building this. Yeah, so we decided to take a break from building things. We did a lot of filming and deck building today. So this is my shut off my brain and do some painting. These are my World Eaters. Oh, yeah. As you can imagine, they just smash their way through planets and collect skulls for the Skull Throne. They worship the god Crone. But we're doing them all in the classic colors of red and gold. We're doing like a brassy finish on them to make them look a little bit dingier since they've been floating around in space, and they don't have as good of repair teams as Space Marines in the Imperium. But we have a bunch of them that we need to actually paint, so it's been a just doing them one at a time. Eventually we'll get there. That's what we tell ourselves. Just paint a little bit here, paint a little bit there. Get a couple guys done, get some colors. Just getting any color on really does help and make a big difference. I mean, this guy was just all red, which was not very exciting. He was one of the ones we primed in red. These other ones were the ones that we did in the mossy green. I think this was Death Guard green. That sounds right. All the colors have weird names, so trying to remember which ones are which. Sometimes it's easier just to do the color that it's gonna mainly be. So like just doing all the red on here is very helpful. Even though I'm wrecking a bunch of spots that I'm gonna have to go back and do anyway, but looks so much better when there's paint on it. Let's see here, that'll be that color. Also helps, like, once I've done, like, one Crone Berserker, like, I know where most of the colors are going. Even though they have a little bit of difference in between them, there's usually everything is going to almost all the same spots. Even though I said that I was going to finish this helmet, and I still haven't finished this helmet. I refuse. Apparently my brain just doesn't want to. It's like, no, you're not going to finish this. I don't know where I'm putting all these while they dry. Barbie has been a jerk. She keeps stealing Warhammer guys. Found 2 guys I had to fix earlier today because she... All my other cats don't mess with my stuff, but she does, and she is trouble. I love her. I love her immensely, but Barbie is a jerk. Hi, Jarby. I love you. It's just sitting over there listening to me like, are you talking about me? Like, I am talking about you, Barbie. I am talking about you. I am talking about how much of a jerk you are sometimes. She broke one of my statues the other day, and I just... there's nothing I could do about it. So I just was like, sorry. Okay, awesome, Barbie. Thank you. Excellent work. And I couldn't find the hands or anything that she broke off of when it fell, so I was like, well, I guess this is probably just gonna hang out here until I smash it at some point. I guess that is his next quest, is this going to be smashed. Don't want to, but it's kind of pointless having a statue of Batwoman with no arms. It's kind of looks like I just own a broken statue. Not super cool. I know some people have these little things that let them hold their figures as well. Just feel like it would take me too much time. I'm so impatient. Like, I don't want to put each guy on a little thing. Ugh. I'm so complaining about the stupidest things. But then I can't just pick up another guy and start painting. I gotta put him on a little thing. So much thought goes into it. Too much thought. I hate it. They look so much better with paint on them. And some things, like grenades and things, I just like, you know what, they're just gonna be this color, because they're gonna get shaded, and turn a different color, and then we'll do a little bit of tint on them to make them whatever color we decide. Even though we might just use the brassy finish anyway. I think we're going to make this whole leg that color. I think that's what's happening. Let's do this axe first, though. Man, I love all their crazy axes. The inner... I almost bought the inner circle the other day. When I was at Games Workshop, I was there, I was like, I don't have an inner circle. Do I need an inner circle? I do need an inner circle. I ended up getting Titus instead, because I was like, I kind of want Titus. I hate the Ultramarines, but I think I'm going to make him in his Death Watch outfit instead, because I do still have extra pieces from the Battle Force Xenos that came with the Death Watch guys. So I was like, I still have armor pads and things. I was like, I think I can just shave some of these things off and use these instead. Like, I just don't like Ultramarines. I don't know. Maybe it's just the bright blue color. Maybe that's what bothers me so greatly about them. I just don't like them. There's no real reason for it. Maybe it is the blue. Maybe the blue armor bothers me so badly that I'm just like, Ultramarines, I'm out. Like, it's a worse reason than why other chapters don't like each other. Like, I don't like the color of your armor. It is too blue. I'm out. It's so blue. And I guess there are other chapters, but Titus is part of the Ultramarines, so I'm like, do I do it? Do I just bite the bullet and paint? I mean, I have Ultramarine blue somewhere, I'm sure. I think it came with one of the starter kits or whatever paints. It's probably dried out by now. That's right, Ultramarines. I hate you so much that I let your paint dry out. I was like, I'm not painting blue on anything. Which is actually pretty true. I don't paint blue on anything. It always feels good when you do get models finished, though. I actually finished guys last year, which I was actually surprised at. Yeah, I really liked your desert colors. They looked really cool. I ended up doing like a jungle scheme on some of my Space Wolf guys, because I had a kill team, so I was testing out colors on them. So I did like a weird camo, because I had never done camo before, so I was like, you know what, we'll try camo. I want to try this other thing that I saw in the White Dwarf this month, like putting masking tape like on your tanks and then doing the camo to make like a straighter camo pattern. Yeah, for my my birthday, my partner had gotten me a subscription to White Dwarf, so I finally get to see my White Dwarfs every month. Like before, I would find them occasionally at our bookstore that we have down here, but they didn't always have them because I'm assuming other people were also trying to buy them. So every once in a while, I would miss an issue, and then I would just be upset. It's like, I don't know what happens in the story, god damn it. Don't put story stuff in here. Killing me. White Dwarf, you're killing me. I wish Magic would have a magazine that had story stuff, and they could have content creators in there, and their deck lists and things. I would buy a monthly magazine that was about Magic, where I could find things in one place. I feel like it's hard to find. You either see all the same things, that everybody's just posting the same thing over and over again, or you have to go to like 20 different websites to find people that you want to read their articles, or like, if it was just all in one place, you could take it to the bathroom, awesome. I mean, they used to have Duelist magazine back in the day, and they also had Scry and Inquest. I loved my card game magazines. I get so excited every month when the new Inquest would come out. I was like, yay! I was like, what new Magic stuff is in here this month? Nothing about Magic? Ah, that sucks. At that point, I was playing so many other games too that I would get so excited that I was like, oh, Legend of the Five Rings is in here, Middle Earth. We had a lot of different card games back in the day of when Magic was first starting out and everybody wanted in on it. So, like, everybody was selling their licenses to games. Wizards put out a lot of different games during that time period, too. And none of them exist except for Duel Master still in Magic. But they had started with BattleTech, and there was also, I was just sitting here thinking, my brain just jumped to a different thing I was thinking. There was a G.I. Joe, there's a Cobra guy who is an alley viper, and he's got, like, city camouflage. That was, like, the first time I had ever heard of city camouflage as a kid. But it's like a yellow and blue color. Or not orange, orange and blue. And it's got like a city camo, and I'm thinking I might try that. So I want to do something different with my kill teams, give them a little bit of a different look. I really shouldn't have as many kill teams as I do. My kill teams usually just are a different chapter that is not a chapter that I actually am building. So, like Space Wolves, I was like, I can't start building Space Wolves. I was like, I used to have a Space Wolf army. I was like, I can't. Later, sir. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. You have a good day at work. Have a good day just in general. I'm glad I got to see you. I don't get to. I'm not usually on these hours. Even though I'm awake most of the time, I'm just usually doing other stuff, and I'm like, you know what? We're just gonna sit here and talk to ourselves anyway while we're painting, so I talk to myself a lot. I say I'm talking to my cats, but this is not. I hope you have a good day, everybody. I'm gonna probably get going here soon. I just want to finish this guy, too. I want to finish all my guys. That's just so much to do. And I see some people speed paint, and I'm just like, how the freaking hell are you doing that? Like, I would get stuff everywhere. You obviously do not shake as much as I do. The worst thing about streaming is, though, I get talking, and then when I go to bed, I just can't go to bed because I've been talking for such a long time. I'm like, hey, he's looking so good. So much better than he was before. Boop. There's like a perfect spot where the camera will suck up. Or focus, I guess. My camera is sucking up. That's not a thing. That's not a thing. Okay, so all the cloth parts on my guys are all human flesh, because why not? That goes all the way down around here. Aha. I like when you can just, when a detail is popping out, and then you can just lightly brush over top of it and the paint will go on. I still haven't decided if I'm just keeping these bone spikes that are coming out as gold, that they're not actual real spikes, that they're actually just part of the backpack, but I mean, technically they're probably actually growing out of the backpack. I don't know. That is a question. Most of the belt buckles and things I did in that color anyway. That goes all the way around. That'll be brown. Just want to make sure I get all the colors. I know I'm gonna miss stuff, but at least if I've got most of it on, that's better. Ah, it looks so cool. God, I love Chrome Berserkers. They're so cool looking. Some of them have the backpacks, latches that go all the way to the backpacks, and some of them don't. So sometimes I forget. I look and I'm like, oh, there's not one on here. And then I go to the next guy and then I don't realize that I skipped past it. Let's see, we're going to operation this. Ah. Success. Okay, I think we got the axe most of the way. Maybe not. That was a lie. Excellent. That can be that color. Okay, that's not sticking off there. I thought it was, but that's the skull. Okay. Excellent. One more done. You get out of my way, sir. Oh yeah, this jackal guy. Did we finish him? I feel like we've started him like 2 or 3 times, and then we just didn't finish him each time. Okay, he's got those spike things going over here. What he is wearing? Like a little hood. Okay, cool. That can be that color. Jackals are a pain in the ass to paint. Any small humanoid creatures are a pain in the ass to paint. That's probably actually why I don't actually play. Like, Space Marines are bigger and easier to paint. This guy just got crazy with gold weapons. They're gonna be different colors. It's just mostly that color, because apparently that's what I decided to do. That is what is happening. These Dread Talons, on the other hand, they are going to be a thing. They are not going to be fun to paint. Dread Talons have so many, like, armor pieces that are doing weird shit. So, they're all in Night Lord colors. So they're in like a dark blue armor, but then they've got the Ruin Lord colors going on here as well. Their masks are all red. Their masks are red and their arms, or their fingers are red, or their hands. I actually was doing them in like Freddy Krueger colors, because, yeah, obviously they have very long pointy fingers. Long pointy fingers. Get that. This paintbrush is probably on its way out. I have wrecked it with my sloppiness. So we're doing all the claws on this Ruin Lord color, which makes them look pretty cool. Apparently I just really wanted to paint flying units this year. Should probably... okay, it's like 127. Oops. Yes, I should probably go to bed at some point, right? At least we got lots of stuff painted. That excites me. I'm always excited when I get more painting done. I sneak away every once in a while between recording, and I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna go paint for a second. I'll be back. Luckily, I record right in my office, so I can just go from here to my... oh my god, that is a lot of crazy details. This is a... unfortunately, I'm starting to shake, which is unfortunate. It happens, unfortunately. Every once in a while you'll see it happen while I'm playing Magic. I hate it because I notice, but I'm like, does everybody else notice? Do they notice I'm shaking so badly? Oh well. Oh my god, there's so much detail on these wings. I end up having to use like a really tiny paintbrush to get in between these little cracks. The worst thing is like, it looks really cool. I don't want to. This just sucks. Like each one of these wings is like this. Let's see if I can make it focus. Yeah, the wing has got all these crazy parts going all over the place. So there's like little sections in between that are not gold. And then it's like that on the other side too, so you gotta, if your paintbrush is too big, you gotta make sure you're not hitting the other side with weird colors. I have one Night Lord finished, so I could actually see what paint, where the paint is going. Like my actual Space Marines, I have, what is it? The, McFarlane Toys. I bought the blank proof, artist proof ones, so I could paint them in the colors that I wanted my Space Marines to be. So I knew where the colors would go. So I just have them sitting over here so I can look at them and be like, oh, okay, this is where the purples go. I also have a Sister of Battle that I do the same thing with. Okay, we did not do this side as nicely as they did the other side. That's not even anything. I was just painting nothing. That was just a hair that was sticking there. I do have to be aware of hairs. I hate it when I go to Prime and I didn't realize that some of the cat hair had gotten on here. So yeah, my models have real cat hair. That's pretty cool. Huh? Pretty neato. It's not. It's ridiculous. Crazy cat lady. Hey, I will never be ashamed of being a crazy cat lady. I love these little murderers. They're terrible. They do terrible things, and I know they're going to do terrible things, and I'm okay with it. I'm like, these cats are going to do bad things. Okay, excellent. Why? They're cats. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Okay, why are we painting this Night Lord? I don't have time for this. I told myself I'm going to go to bed. I'm like, oh, let's paint this guy. Why not? Actually, we'll just slap this paint in places, and then we'll quit. This is a project for in the morning when I'm actually awake. Or later in the morning when I'm awake. Do I want to make that color? No. The inside is all burnt out. So I want to do like a dry brush inside. Since they're running. See, my eyes are starting to go too. Well, I appreciate everybody hanging out with me. Thank you very much for more Game MTG for the raid. Anybody who's hanging out, I appreciate it. I am Amara, Goddess of Blunder. I'm going to exit out of here before the ad break starts, but let's go find ourselves a place to raid real quick. I don't want to forget to do that. I appreciate everybody. I will be back tomorrow with some Magic the Gathering. Doing some arena, I do believe. That's probably what we'll end up doing. I imagine that's where we're heading. And we'll go hang out with Zebex. She's hanging out. She's playing. She's pretty awesome. say hi when we get over there. If you stay in the chat, you do get extra points, and you can use those chaos points to influence our plane chase games. And we got a couple of Aether Drift ones coming up here soon, and yeah, I would love to have you all over. Thank you very much for hanging out with me. I appreciate it, and you take care of yourselves and take care of yours. I appreciate y'all. Night, everybody.